Another question that nurses have asked me is, how do you get job offers after you get an interview? Because several of them have said that they have interviews, lots of interviews, but no job offers. And some of them said they really feel bad, and that is a bad feeling. I'm sure it's very, very, you know, discouraging. That's the word I'm looking for. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Donna, and I'm a remote nurse. Started at 60, and I'm now helping other nurses to understand about remote nursing. And I want to give honor to God first, because without Him, I am nothing. And let me just tell you before I answer that question that remote nursing has really changed my life so much. It has transformed my life. I'm very relaxed. I work at home. It really has exceeded my expectations. I want to tell you that first. Second, I want to share with you that a lot of nurses don't understand that remote nursing is not just a job, it's actually a career. And if you would invest in learning about it, you will be prepared for more than one job. And so let me be very, very, very transparent with you. I'm always going to do that. I started off like most of you, didn't know anything, and I went through the process of not knowing the correct resume, which I talked about in a previous video. And then once I had the correct resume, which is an ATS resume, then I started getting interviews, but I knew I was not going to get a job offer because I couldn't answer the questions. I was like, and so they're going to be interviewing a lot of nurses, and the ones that are going to be chosen are the ones that are prepared, that can answer the questions, have done some homework. And so the interview process for remote nursing positions is going to be what you call behavioral interviewing. And let me read this definition for you right now. It's a hiring method that is focused on past actions to predict future performance. And I'm going to give you an example of two questions that they asked me that I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I didn't tell them I didn't know, but I was just like, couldn't hardly answer the question. So the first question they asked me was, what projects have I been involved in at work where I helped to make a difference in the outcome? And so I, was fumbling around. I was trying to think of something. And let me explain to you what they mean. What they mean is they want to see that you're a team player. They want to see that you recognize what the goals are, what is the mission for where you work at, and that you're part of that process. And so once I learned that, then my answer would be that one of the goals at the facility that I worked at was to decrease rehospitalizations. And so what I did to take part in that, reaching the goal, is that I make sure that patients had a very good understanding of their discharge instructions. And then our rehospitalization rate did decrease. And so you see, that showed them that I'm a team player. It showed them that I'm aware of the company goals and that I'm part of the mission for the company. A second question that they asked me, they asked me several, I'm just giving you two examples, is why do I want to be a remote nurse? Now, of course, at first, I had no idea, and I definitely wasn't going to tell them, well, I want an easier job, which that was one of the reasons, but I'm not going to say that. But what I told them is because remote nursing is growing, I want to be a part of the growth. It's so many opportunities there, and I'm just ready for that change. And so as you see, the more knowledge that you have, the better you can answer questions, and you will feel confident, you will stand out, because most nurses are going to have no idea of how to answer those questions. And so, if you have more questions, please message me and I'm going to answer those questions for you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, I'm not going to play it down. If you want a remote nursing career, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to step out of what you've been doing and get some real answers, do some research. You can either piece it together, there's books out there, but again, just message me your questions and I'll be glad to answer them.